Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. With us today, we have Kathie, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to try DeVincenzo
Close enough.
with us today to talk about Poseidon Expeditions. All right, so without further ado, Kathie, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Kathie DeVincenzo from Poseidon Expeditions. I'm the head of sales for North America. So I'm going to tell you why it's exciting to go to the poles. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about our Poseidon ship, what we have to offer, and hopefully I will entice you to want to sail on us and sell us. So without further ado, I'm going to give you my contact information. Keep in mind, if you don't hear from me within 24 hours, you're going to have to wonder what happened to me because I always respond quite quickly. Now, a little bit about our company. We are a girl power company. Our president and CEO is named Angelica Vareo. She is located at our headquarters in Cyprus, and so is our administration team. We have an office in Hamburg, Germany, another one in the UK, and here in Miami in the United States. Our company just celebrated 26 years in business. A little bit about that. We started in 1999. We were going to the high Arctic, but we decided in 2013 we can go to the Antarctica as well. So we started going to Antarctica. We acquired our ship, the Sea Spirit, in 2015. We redid her from top to bottom in 2017, and we have been sailing to the Arctic and Antarctica successfully since. So a little bit about Poseidon Expeditions and just expeditions in general. Did you know when you go to Antarctica, you can only disembark 100 people at a time? I didn't know either until I started working for Poseidon. Well, here's the thing. Our ship holds 114 people, and we have 16 people in kayaks. So 98 people disembark our ship in the morning and the afternoon and go on an excursion for 2.5 hours twice a day. Now, 2.5 hours, I said, and that's a limit for excursions in the poles. So think about this. If you were on a bigger ship at 300-400 people, and you're only allowed to have an excursion for 2.5 hours, 3 at the most, and you're sharing that and bringing it down into 100, your guests aren't getting the whole experience. With us, we're maximum affecting that, and you're going to get 2.5 hours for everyone twice a day. Now, we make sure that we are stewards of our environment. We have a rule here at Poseidon. The only thing we leave behind is our footprints. Our expedition team is renowned, and they get all kinds of kudos, and we have a small ship. So our little small ship can get into all these little nooks and crannies that no one else can. So all of these little things add up to big things, along with our kayaking and camping and just the all-around experience we provide, so that we're going to give your clients the best experience possible. So I said a small ship, small footprint. We have water waste, energy management, day-to-day initiatives. Everyone gets a refillable metal water bottle. We have water stations. So this way we are, again, good stewards of our environment. We have safe employment practices and standards as well. So I love to start off with this picture because it is just so pretty. I just actually get so excited seeing it. So a little bit about our ship. She is called the Sea Spirit, and she is small but mighty, with 100 yards in length, 16.7 yards wide. She travels at 15 knots with 114 people, but 72 crew. So it is absolutely amazing that you can have that passenger to crew ratio. Now, this is very important to me as an old travel agent. Now, we have what's called shared cabins. So we get a lot of people that are singles and have no friends to travel with. So we have triple shares and double shares, and they'd be on the ocean deck. So you have a single female, we'll find 2 other females for the cabin or 2 other males. And this way, they get a rock bottom price in that triple share. We also have double shares. Those cabins can also be shared with traditional family and friends. Lowest deck are 248 square feet. They have 2, 3, or 4 portholes. The next deck up, the ocean deck, which I mentioned, will have 2 cabins in the front that are solo cabins, and then the tangerine color are double, and the apricot in the back are triples. On the club deck, these are our smallest cabins at 215 square feet, which we know that is a huge. And there's an exterior promenade. So with that deck, we have the lounge in the back and the library. On the main deck, it's the restaurant. The lounge is on the ocean deck. So something of a little bit of excitement on every one of the decks. Next deck up is our sports deck, where these cabins go up to 258 square feet, and they have a balcony. The gym is here, and so is the outdoor bistro and the jacuzzi. And then on the sun deck, we go up to additional balcony cabins, which these are in the 330 square foot range with real balconies. Then we have our owner suite, which is almost 700 square feet. So I'm going to show you what they look like. They're very opulent and elegant, and just like an old world charm to them, with the rich woods and the glass and everything. It's gorgeous. Owner suite has a living room, a dining room with a wet bar, a separate bedroom, walk-in closet, sunken tub in the bathroom. It is magnificent. Then we have our premium suite, which has the balcony. Now the beds can be separated or together for a queen. The only king-size bed on the ship is the one in the owner's suite. Now we do have the deluxe suites, and again, these can be separated. This cabin has a balcony. The classic cabin, we'll see the 2 beds separated. Nice big picture window. Anybody that's asking, there are blackout curtains, so you know that it doesn't get dark in the Arctic and Antarctica when we're sailing in these destinations. So the blackout curtains are going to help you sleep well. Bathrooms are very well appointed with amenities. Then we have our superior suite and our main deck suite. Keep in mind, these are all suites. Every cabin on our ship has a living room and a bedroom area, so they're massive. Now, we have that triple cabin, and this just grabs me as an old agent. You have the 2 beds, a curtain to separate the room, and the other bed to make it a triple. So you can put mom, dad, a child, 3 friends. You have that little bit of privacy, or it can be that triple share. And of course, we have the single suites, which I mentioned. Now, this bed can't be separated due to the configuration of the cabin, so this only holds 1 person. So this is just a side view of the beautiful Sea Spirit, but I'm going to go over the rest of it with you. Now, our restaurant has a buffet breakfast and lunch, and it has a menu service for dinner. So we have the company called Sea Chefs, which is our onboard catering. They are considered the best in the cruise industry. I worked for another company in the past that was a 5-star product who also had Sea Chefs. Food is delicious. You're always going to get a vegetable, a poultry, a fish, a meat choice. If you don't like what we're serving, we're going to offer you steak, salmon, chicken, or even a burger and fries. So there's a lot of choices to be had. And I have to tell you, one problem with that, it's too good because I ate too much. So then we have the bar area. And right now, until the end of our sailing season, which ends at Antarctica at the end of February, it's a cash bar. So if anybody gets a last-minute client that wants to do our Antarctica product, I'm going to throw in some beer and wine with lunch and dinner for you. But starting in May of 2026, when our sailing season begins, we're going to have a full open bar all day long. Beer, wine, mixed drinks, you name it, it's going to be included. So again, regular drinks like gins, vodkas, not the highest end, but beer, wine, drinks. So we've added that in for next year. Then we have our barbecue. So on one sailing, every one of the sailings, we're going to have a barbecue. We have the heaters out. It was so much fun. But if somebody's on a 21 to 23 day cruise, we're going to have 2 barbecues. And I love a good old hot dog. My husband had different kind of Asian foods. There was a little bit of Mexican, a little bit of everything for everybody, plus a gorgeous dessert bar. So this was a really neat, fun experience. Then we have our jacuzzi. Jacuzzi holds up to 7 persons. And I have to tell you, it's really nice when you have your glass of wine in your hand, and you're watching the scenery go by. It's kind of neat when you see all the mountains covered in snow while you're bubbling in the jacuzzi. So then we have our handsome captain on the bridge, and we allow bridge tours. We have a green light that's lit. That means go in as much as you want. If the red one is up, means hold back until he's ready to allow you back onto the bridge. But my husband and I did that. We had tons of binoculars so you could see things. The captain was nice enough to point some flocks of animals that we wanted to see. Then we have the marina deck, and this is what separates us from everybody else, is our expeditions. And all of our expeditions take place from the marina deck. So you go down, they help you into the Zodiac, and off you go. We put 8 people in a Zodiac with your expedition guides and the photographer, and you zip over to whatever we're going to see, whether it's a pod of whales, walruses, a glacier, beautiful scenery, you name it. This just so many just great things to see on these, and you're out there for 2.5 hours. And the Zodiac doesn't always stay in one space. It'll maneuver to other spots so you get better pictures. The onboard photographers are going to help you with your photos, but really keep in mind, when you're going to the Arctic or Antarctica on an expedition, you're going for the expedition, and nobody does a better expedition than we do. So we give everybody a red parka. And for anybody that knows that I live in the Northeast where it gets really cold, I wore mine outside when it was -10 last year. I didn't even get cold. When I was on the ship in the Arctic in May, kept us really, really warm. So everybody gets to take that home. We provide boots, and we have numerous boots. We have them for all different sizes. The only thing is you can't keep them. You leave them there, we clean them, and somebody else will use them. But for someone like me who got in and out of that Zodiac in wet landings, kept my feet really warm and really dry. So then every night we have a presentation. We go over everything that's going to happen the next day, and we reiterate what's already happened that day, and they have a photo diary and sometimes some videos, which we had a lot of fun making those when I was on. Then we have a library, and half the library is full of books that are in English, and the other half of the library, the books are in multiple languages. And we have all kinds of games. Now, the library is adjacent to the bar area, so it was nice because we have a full service coffee tea bar with cookies. So people would go from the library, get their coffee or tea or a cocktail and their cookies and play games. The rest of the people stayed in the bar area. And we always do some high tea at 3 o'clock in the bar, so you have something nice. I really like the crepe Suzette, I have to tell you. But we really have so many choices. Now, this is a picture that I absolutely love. It's really to show you the size of the ship versus a glacier versus a Zodiac, but the colors of the blue are just so inviting and so enchanting. So the first night on all of our cruises is in a 4.5 to 5-star hotel. So we're going to greet your guests, or you if you decide to sail with us, at the airport. And we're going to transfer you over from the airport to your hotel. You're going to get breakfast in the hotel in the morning, and we're going to transfer you and all of the guests over to the ship. Now, we're picking up people in every airport with the exception of Reykjavik, and that's just a taxi rule. But nonetheless, all of the above is included. We just have to keep in mind for Reykjavik, they will have to get their own taxi. So we have destinations, 3 primary ones, the Arctic, the British Isles, and Antarctica. So in the Arctic, we're going to see Iceland, Greenland, Svalbard, and Jan Mayen. In the British Isles, we're going to see fascinating places like the Faroes, Fair Island, Shetland Island, Kirkwall, and Lyric. And in Antarctica, you're going to go to that 7th continent, hold up the sign number 7 so everybody gets to know that you were there. But we're also going to go to the sub-Antarctic islands of the Falklands and South Georgia. Now, our sailing season starts, as I mentioned before, in the British Isles in May. So we have a 12 and a 13-day cruise. I have to tell you, this was part of my fam last year, and this was the Faroes. They don't have any trees there, and they grow grass on their roofs, and it's just such a pretty, beautiful green and scenery, and just so many things that I didn't expect to see in all these years of travel. And one of the things was the Iona Abbey, the Conway Castle, a Neolithic village that was 5,000 years old. It's been unearthed and it's really cool. There's also an ancient stone circle other than the one that we all know about called Stonehenge. This is a little bit smaller, but really neat to see. And then you're going to go to Kirkwall in the Orkney Islands. The nature abounds here with beautiful basalt salt pillars and sharp cliffs, endless expanses, and bird watchers delight here. So bring your camera and your binoculars. So the first trip will start from Portsmouth and in Edinburgh. Then we're going to go Edinburgh up to the Faroe Islands. Then we're going to go for a repositioning cruise, and this is on May 27th. It'll start in Edinburgh, go to the Orkneys, Shetland Islands, Faroes, up to Jan Mayen, a volcanic island, and end in Svalbard. So then that will start our Arctic season. And the big hit parade begins in Svalbard, where we do the cruises in June and July for 10 to 14 days. You can see our guests up against a glacier, and if you haven't seen an active glacier, you would be like really impressed. Now, someone had just beeped in and asked if the presentation will be shared. Yes, and I'll answer everybody's questions at the end, but absolutely you're going to have availability to share this. So in Svalbard, that's one of the places where people go to see polar bears. This year, the season started off a little bit light, but it ended with a bang with so many polar bears and pictures of polar bear cubs, and it was just gorgeous seeing them frolicking. But you're also going to see Arctic foxes and walruses and birds. I couldn't believe the reindeer walking around as well. And we also go to a whaling camps, trappers cabins, old coal mining operation, and a polar research station. And it says abandoned in my paperwork, but when we were there, that was not abandoned at all. We had places all over. There are countries that each had a house there. So I was thinking it was more like a research station for weather. But you're also going to see some great glaciers like the Monaco Glacier and the 14th of July Glacier. So really, this is just such an amazing trip. Then we have East Greenland, and this happens in September for 12 days. Do you know we have never had a sailing to East Greenland where they didn't get to see the Aurora Borealis? So for people that really love the Aurora like myself, this is the spot you might want to consider. Here you're going to see great big colossal size icebergs and all kinds of unique colors, and they're blue when they flip over, so you're going to see white icebergs, blue icebergs. It's just really cool, absolutely extraordinary. We do tons of hikes. We provide the poles. So again, I love walking and hiking, seeing all the breathtaking scenery and the untouched wilderness and the Northern Lights. So these itineraries will start with the one that I mentioned from the British Isles up to Svalbard to reposition the ship up in the Arctic. Now we're also going to do Reykjavik to Greenland and back to Reykjavik. We do Reykjavik, Greenland, and then over to Svalbard. We do some polar ice edges with Svalbard. We do a circumnavigation with the Svalbard. So we do so many mixes and matches and choices for your clients. It's going to be a tough decision what they're going to pick. So the three pearls are Svalbard, Greenland, and Iceland, and these are 14 days. And I call this the Libra cruise because my husband's a Libra, and they say Libras are indecisive. So if somebody's indecisive, here you go. You get all three of the spots, and they don't have to make a decision, and they get the best of everything. So, like I said, you're going to see all different kinds of wildlife. You're going to see the great scenery and the fjords and the waterfalls and all kinds of rugged mountains. So the sky's the limit with this one. And then we have Antarctica, and everybody wants to go and hold up that sign for the seventh continent. So these are 12 to 15 days from December through February. Now you're going to see penguins and seals and whales and all kinds of fascinating species that are able to survive in this unique climate. You're going to see the secrets of South Africa, past and present and future revealed at all kinds of historical sites. But the thing that I want to see most is that whale's tail popping out of the water. When we were in the Arctic, we saw the whales coming up, but we didn't see the big tail coming out. So that's something I really want to see, is the great scenery. So most of our sailings, except one, go from Ushuaia, which is the southern tip of Argentina. We also have one that goes from Buenos Aires, and that is just one. But we have the the smaller ones that are just going to go down to the peninsula. One is going to go all the way to the Antarctic Circle. Some will go deeper down south than the others. It's going to depend on which itinerary your clients want. We also go from Ushuaia to the Falklands to South Georgia, down to the peninsula and up. Those are 21 to 23 days, which are absolutely spectacular. I am told by my colleague Kate, she is 37 years old and young and hip, and she said to me that when she went to South Georgia for the first time, it was so beautiful she burst into tears. I heard that from one of our photographers as well. And to me, coming from young people like this, that just blew me away, and I can't wait to see it, but they say it is just spectacular. So you're going to see all the wonders that I mentioned, the historic sites, the mammals. You're going to see all of these great things. This is called a photographer's dream. And I'm told on South Georgia, you are just going to be blown away, like I mentioned. So you're going to see all these great spots, have great pictures. And this is a picture of the sub-Antarctic scenery. So with that, if we put a bunch of hotels all in a row, it would look like Oahu. But this is how beautiful this area looks in the summer. And that mountain and the scenery is just awe-inspiring. So something else that we do for agents that do destination weddings. We do a destination wedding. It's not a legal wedding. You're also going to have a justice of the peace, have to have a justice of the peace or another wedding. But $8.99, we will do the wedding on land or on the ship. We're going to decorate the venue. We're going to have a champagne toast. We're going to have 20 edited photos from our professional photographer. We're going to get all the pictures on a flash drive. We're going to have a candlelit dinner with champagne. And what would a wedding cake be? Wedding without a cake. So we're going to throw in the cake. We're going to have all kinds of romantically beautiful decorations in the cabin. And in the morning, they're going to get breakfast in bed. They're going to take home a memento of a commemorative marriage certificate and a framed wedding photo. But think about this. This would be a great new spot for your clients' destination weddings. So something that we do not include, but someone can purchase, is kayaking. We have 16 kayak spots in Antarctica and 8 in the Arctic. These go quickly. Everyone loves the kayaking. They're state-of-the-art Prejean kayaks, and you're going to go in the morning and the afternoon in kayak. Most of the time, you're going to have to forego the land tour for kayaking. There's a few times that you won't, but if you take this kayaking, it is very sought after, so grab it while we've got it. Now, we also have camping, and we have 30 spots for camping, and this is a big bucket list item for people. With this, we depart the ship right after dinner. We give you a shovel to dig out the spot you're going to sleep. We give you a liner and the equivalent of a yoga mat, and we have the beautiful, warm sleeping bags. You don't sleep under the stars here, though, because it doesn't get dark. So you're going to sleep under the southern hemisphere sky, and we're going to pick you up in the morning. So this is what it looks like when the people are camping. We give you a flag so we can see where you are. And again, this is a big bucket list item. So if your clients want it, grab it while we have it. We do wait lists, though. So for you travel advisors, we have a live availability report. We have an online booking portal. I can provide you with an image and video library, and we do online and offline trainings. Fam trips start at $275 a person a day, and depending on if it's Antarctic or the Arctic will confirm you 60 days prior, Antarctica only 30 days, and don't worry about buying your clients a wedding or anniversary or birthday cake or whatever. We're going to include it. So I mentioned the wedding package, so you know all about that. So there's no special fitness level required. We welcome children from 12 years old on. We do have a waiver if a child is 6 to 11 that they can join us. Solo cab travelers can book shared space, like I mentioned earlier. We can put them in a triple share or a double share with people of the same sex. We also have the 2 solo cabins, and if people would like their own solo cabin, other than the 2 that we mentioned, we start that at 1.7%. Evacuation insurance is very important in this particular climate, so you must have $200,000 worth of evacuation insurance. The good news is we have just partnered with Berkshire Hathaway, and we have insurance available for your clients. By clicking our link, they can take advantage, or you can do it for them, but we do have Berkshire Hathaway. We do provide Wi-Fi on board, 1 gig a day, and I have to tell you, I was on an ocean liner for vacation, and internet gets expensive, and when I realized ours is free, I thought, what a bargain we're giving people. Then we have a loyalty program. If you come back for your second trip, we give you $450 off, third trip $550, fourth trip $650, and fifth trip $750. And the amenities grow as you come back. So you get an extended internet. For the third time, you get that and complimentary laundry service. If you come back the fourth time, you get unlimited internet and the laundry service. If you come back the fifth time or more, you get all of the above plus an 1-suite upgrade and private transfers. So we do get a lot of past guests, and we love welcoming people on board. Now, here we are with our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebooks. I'm personally on Facebook and on LinkedIn. I post what's on sale. I reach out to everyone. You'll be added to my email distribution list, so everyone gets to know what's on sale quickly. But I invite people to call me, email me. I want to help you grow your business. So now let's ask some questions with this cute little guy on the screen. So if anybody has any questions, please put them in the question box so that I can answer them for you.
While we're waiting for some more questions to come through, I thought I'd hop in and ask a few questions that I had, if you wouldn't mind.
I would love that.
So for me, looking at the photos of the ship, the jacuzzi, it has to be one of the favorite things for everybody on that ship. Is that right?
People loved it. And there's a video of myself and my colleague Kate where we did a ship to top to bottom so everyone could see the size of the cabin. So that's called the Sea Spirit Ship Tour with Kathie and Kate. It's on YouTube if anyone wants to see it. Somebody mentioned that the jacuzzi will hold 27 people. It was one of the crew members jesting. So just to clarify, if anybody asks, it holds about 7 people.
Depends how much you want to get close to people.
Well, I just don't want to clarify that just in case.
One of the things we had talked about actually before the webinar started was it looks so cold, and you were telling me how amazing these jackets were. And you were actually saying that your husband was getting too hot.
He was, and quite honestly, we did a FAM in May, and we went up to the Arctic, and he was wearing a T-shirt under his jacket because it was so warm. Now, I wore just a shirt too. I had purchased some ski pants, so that kept you nice and dry. And people do have to have ski pants for the jacuzzi or something that is water resistant or water repellent, because you zip around in those Zodiacs, and I got to tell you, it's a blast. So with that, you just need the water repellent pants, and we give you the jackets. I brought some, again, thermal insulated gloves. I was as warm as could be.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think with all of that, I think I might, even me, might not be too cold.
I'm always cold, and I have to tell you, I was warm as I just couldn't believe how nice it was. And then that jacket just really kept me warm.
That's amazing.
But The biggest thing, though, people have to realize is the expedition. People go to the poles. We have competitors that don't even land on the Arctic Peninsula. They
Hmm.
just sail by. We have people that are doing one tour a day for people, and it's a half an hour. Your clients are going for that expedition. And with us doing it twice a day for 2.5 hours, and everybody gets to do it for all that time, is such an important selling point. And as an old agent, I know that people go for the experience. And that's the biggest thing that we can provide that our competitors cannot, is that really authentic experience. And if you haven't done it before, I keep saying we're the fun ship, and I don't refer to the company that does call themselves the fun ships. They're wonderful, but we're just a lot of fun. I never stop laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, looking through those pictures, it looks like it's a really good way to make new connections and make new friends. One of the questions I had too was how is a travel advisor going to best identify somebody, a client of theirs, that this would be a good match for? Is there something they should be looking for?
Well, we are not an age demographic, but we are a socioeconomic demographic. We have people that want to have fun, that want to explore. I'm 67, and I was in and out of those zodiacs. We had people on our cruise that were 85 years old. We also had a 12-year-old who came with his mom and dad. That child at the time of his life. This is more for somebody that wants to do something different and exciting and fun and educational and get yourself back to nature. It's just such a different kind of experience. A lot of people like to sit around the pool and catch the sun and just sit. This, you're not sitting unless you really want to just sit in the zodiac. But for us, we love going hiking. We love seeing
Hmm.
different things. And this was just a myriad of different things that were just one fun thing after the other.
Okay, so definitely looking for the adventurers out there.
Yep, the thrill seekers, the adventurers, the explorers, the people that just want a little bit more out of their vacation.
Okay, good to know. All right, well, it looks like I don't see any other questions that
I
have
don't
popped up.
either. Well, I must have answered all their questions, but
I
if
think
somebody
so.
does have questions, they can call me, they can email me. If anybody is not registered with us yet, you can shoot me an email with your agency information. If you are shy and didn't want to ask any questions, you can reach out to our reservation team. Dee Dee Kuna is the head of our reservations, and Tara Widmer is the second in charge of reservations. You can reach out to the team, 1-800-555-0678, or email them at salesusa@poseidonexpeditions.com. Pick up the phone and talk to them. They'll walk you through what availability looks like, what rates look like, different cruises. Some people want to see the chicks hatch in Antarctica.
Hmm.
Some people want to see them grown. Some people want to see different things. Different things happen in the poles at different times. So again, they're going to be able to answer your questions too.
Awesome. And it looks
So
like
I do
one
see
question got
one
slipped in there.
question.
Yeah.
So Nathan said, amazing. Yay. Thank you, Nathan. And is there a max for a group? Nathan, the max is 114 people. So you can get a whole ship charter if you want, but a group we consider 6 cabins. But if you are interested in a group, please reach out to me. We'll give you some rates and availability. You can do a half charter, a full charter, or just 6 cabins. And we do offer one free berth for every 14 berths sold. The 15th berth is free. And we have some great sales coming up starting November 1st. We are starting our Black Friday sale just a little bit
Oh.
early. I got to see what the sales are, so I think people are going to be very excited. So quite honestly, just reach out to us. We want to hear from you.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Kathie. This looks so amazing, and we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to show us all of this exciting things for Poseidon Expeditions.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me, and we wish to welcome everyone aboard really soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.